Good afternoon, y'all.
Good afternoon. How you guys doing? Welcome back to the Lebron and Bujan Show, Season 2, Episode 2. I'm your
Yes.
host, Dylan Lebron, and besides me, my co-host,
Dennis Rodman Bujan Jr. Glad to be here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back to another episode. We have a news filled episode of us. We're going to go over MLB news, including the Astros scandal that just keeps developing.
Boo.
Players' reactions in the Astros fan lawsuit. I forgot about that. We'll get into that. NFL news, free agency, and get into the NBA with little predictions and some rumor mill. So let's get right into it.
Yes, sir.
MLB Astros cheating scandal. So we spoke about it last season.
Yes, we did.
It just came out. Bregman, was MVP talks, the whole nine. World Series about to start. Post World Series, it's hit the fan.
Everything.
It's bad. It's bad right now. We have players' reactions, but we're just going to Manfred's apology. So he apologized for the way the MLB pretty much handled the situation. So if you were the commissioner, right, how would you have stripped them of the title?
I would have, as the commissioner, I would have stood by my decision because they haven't really dealt with a situation like this before.
Right.
So it's sort of like you're dealing with it firsthand. I thought, you can't strip them of the title. If they did it, Stein ceiling has always been a thing. So no matter how big or small, this was the largest case. Stein ceiling's always been a thing, though. So you can't strip them of the title. But now that they've set that precedent that you can't do it at all, any team that even tries to do it already knows what's going to happen. And if another team does it in the future, then you strip them of a title. But you can't. I don't think it's fair. It's fair to take it away from the organization, but not to the fans. Because the fans have been rooting for the Astros ever since the Astros were in the National League and they were the worst team in the league. Then they got moved to the American League and they built themselves up through a farm system. And those players are definitely talented. So it's not fair to those fans to strip them of a whole title. And then it's also I don't see any pride in it. Who was the one who asked them to take away the title and give it to the Dodgers?
I think it was a player that said
Yeah.
I think it was Judge.
Judge?
Yeah.
So, there's no pride in that. You win it. You're supposed to beat them so badly. It don't matter if they cheat or not.
Yeah.
You're supposed to win the trophy. So there's no pride in that. So if they were to take it away, then there's no champion for that year. But I think they set the bar in a bad way.
Yeah.
They set the bar, and the commissioner should have stood by his decision. And I think the way they handled it, I agree with the way they handled it. I don't think they mishandled it at all.
Yeah, for it being the first big case for sure. Because I think just at the end of the day, it was supposed to make an example of them. So, and then they went on record saying it was just if any other team does this, what's gonna happen. You spoke on. So, I just feel it just left a sour taste in the mouth of the fans of the Dodgers and the Yankees and the players itself, because they thought stripping them of the title would have been the route to go. But 100% right. If this does happen again on this major scale, title's gone for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And my thing about sign stealing is that even from Little League baseball, that's just you're always trying to see how the pitcher is gonna tip his pitch or something like that.
Right.
How he's throwing the ball. You try to see what signs the catcher puts up while you're at second base, so that next time you go up, you try to figure something out.
Yeah.
So it's a part of the game, and it's the part of the game that not a lot of people like. And the fact that they came up with something so elaborate, they took it to another level. And it's basically like when you're there's a way of cheating, but not really cheating.
Yeah.
You're just using your knowledge of the game
Right.
to do that. But they took it to another level,
Yeah.
and they took that cheating method home,
Mhm.
and they evolutionized it, and they use all different sorts of things to
Yeah.
help them even more. So that's where they went overboard.
Mhm.
But it's just like now we know sign stealing, no bueno
No,
at all.
no, sir.
Don't do it. Then your team, now that you have the knowledge of it,
Mhm.
you can't do it at all.
At all.
So it's
Yeah.
just like you got a presentation in a class. The teacher lets the first group slide because they're the first ones going.
Right.
They're nervous,
You gotta learn from their mistakes. And then,
Exactly. Learn from their mistakes. The next
Mhm.
groups after that, they
especially the last one.
exactly.
So you should know
So
what's going on. Yeah, exactly.
big time.
I
That's
think
that's all I'm saying.
yeah, you're right. Once they use technology, and it's the fact that they got caught and they got caught in the World Series
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
just put like a big emphasis on
Yeah.
you guys messed up. So I mean, Commissioner Manfred, you did good, man. Don't let them get to you, man. You did all right. But if it happens again, you do the same punishment. No, I don't know about that.
Yeah, exactly.
So speaking of the fans,
Mhm.
and they felt robbed. At least the ones who jumped on the bandwagon like 2016 and 17.
Mhm.
So there's a fan lawsuit. So they're suing the Astros because they felt they were watching a false product on the field. Here's my thing. You can't do that. You can't sue the team for putting out a false. Because if that's the case, every Knicks fan should be able to sue the Knicks for just playing bad basketball.
Yeah.
That's not how that works at all.
Yeah, I don't agree at all. I think they're just taking it to another level.
Yeah, I think
I
it
just
just hurt.
it's everybody's getting their own sort of feelings from it,
Mhm.
and it depends on how serious you took the World Series.
Yeah,
Of course, if you're a Dodgers fan or a Yankees fan, you feel
for sure.
some sort of way
Mhm.
because they cheated and they won.
Mhm. Yeah,
If you're an Astros fan, you're a little more lenient,
they're like,
and
it's
then
fine.
around the league, just relations to whether you hate the Astros or
Mhm.
if you can care less. It all just
Yeah.
depends. But that fan lawsuit, it's a joke because like things like this happen.
Mhm.
Sports, although not often, sports does it comes with cheating,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I could connect this case to the Deflate Gate
Mhm.
with Tom Brady and the Patriots.
Right.
And I say both commissioners of the MLB and the NFL, they handled the situation very well. All right. They punished them, but they didn't strip away any titles
Mhm.
because it's uncalled for.
Right.
It's a serious offense and they just don't want it to happen again.
Right.
But when you're watching the World Series, unless you're a fan of the Yankees or the Dodgers, everybody else appreciated it.
Yeah.
It was a great series.
Mhm.
So I was entertained,
No, for sure.
and I rooted for the Astros myself because they never won
They
before.
were the underdog.
They were the underdog.
Mhm.
It was just a beautiful sight to see them winning,
Yeah, it was the whole process from, like you said, the National League to the American
Mhm.
League, being the worst team in baseball and making it to the World Series. It's a real good story. And now
Exactly.
it becomes tainted with this whole thing, and then you have the allegations with Beltran, him being the
Mhm.
kingpin behind the
Yeah.
whole thing. I said last show the Mets made a great decision and probably the best decision in the last 10 years by firing him at the time they did. So I mean, at this point, it comes down to like the cold hard facts, because at this point we don't have all the facts yet.
Yeah.
Because like I showed you earlier, we thought he had the buzzer. Altuve
Mhm.
had the buzzer, but he was really hiding that tattoo on his chest, and there's a picture of like an M on his chest.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think once we get like cold hard facts, I feel like we'll have a better picture of what's going on.
Most definitely.
So I just want to get into some of the players' comments. So we have best player in the league, Mike Trout, saying it's sad for baseball. It's tough. They cheated. I don't agree with the punishments. The players not getting anything when it's a player-driven thing. Guys' careers have been affected. A lot of people lost jobs. So from a player's perspective, it's different from a fan's perspective. I
Most
get that
definitely.
for sure. And you have Aaron Judge coming out. I don't think it holds any value. They cheated. You didn't earn it. it didn't only affect us, the Yankees. It affected the fans of the game. So, like you said, teams like the Yankees, Dodgers are gonna feel a type of way.
Exactly.
And we have a clip from Cody Bellinger.
I mean, these guys were cheating for 3 years. I think what people don't realize is Altuve stole an MVP from Judge in 17. Everyone knows they stole the ring from us. I know personally I lost respect for those guys. I think I would say everyone in the show, in the big leagues, lost respect for those guys.
So, touching on stealing an MVP from Judge in 17, do we agree with that?
Not at all.
It was his rookie year, right?
Yeah, it was his rookie year.
Yeah, it was an MVP year.
No,
sir.
He went a whole month striking out.
Yeah.
I remember all of August.
Yeah.
After All-Star break, it was a little downhill. Yeah. But
I get it, Cody. You're just it's in the moment.
Yeah, sure. Exactly. Especially after you lose in the World Series twice in a row. Mm-hmm. It's a tough pill to swallow that you lost it that way, but
it happened. It happened. So I mean, they don't win the World Series this year.
The Dodgers, yeah, I know. They're projected for what? 103 wins?
103. 103, yes?
That's quite a projection.
That's too much.
That's quite a projection. 103.
That's a lot of W's.
That is.
So I want to get your take on the trade because I spoke about it, but I couldn't be in your shoes because you being a Red Sox fan, you got the jersey, name on the back. Mm-hmm. What are we thinking?
Mookie Betts was one of my favorite players, most definitely. I think he's the best player in the MLB.
We'll touch on that later.
Yeah,
it's a great segue to what I'm going to talk about.
He's just all around, all around great. But I believe in the process, and although it looks as though the Red Sox just lost David Price and Mookie Betts, and like those are two big pieces, we still have an amazing team.
Yeah,
like 3 of our players are in the top 50 for the MLB's top 100 right now, and that's Rafael Devers, that's Xander Bogaerts, and that's JD Martinez. So it was also a matter of like Mookie was asking for a lot of money. We tried to give him 10 years, $300 million, I believe. And he was expecting something a little higher than that. And he definitely deserves something.
Understandable, for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. Understandable. But we can't, if I'm sitting in the GM's perspective, he's amazing. We won the World Series in 2018. It's kind of hard to see us. Obviously, we didn't have a good 2019, and it's time to move on, especially if we're not going to be able to move on. If we give him that money, then we give up half the team after that.
100%, yeah.
Because that's so much money going to one player. It's just you got to move on, and it's better to get the ship sailing. Like get it sailing from the shore, not while you're in the middle of the ocean. Don't trade him in the middle of the season, or don't lose him in free agency where we get nothing back. Another thing,
wise quote.
I know, right? Off the dome. But David Price too. David Price, big part of our 2018 World Series. He struggled with us, and he's had success with us. Another big contract that we had to get rid of, and I see the Dodgers sort of as like the National League Yankees, where they take on big contracts and they make the sacrifice.
Yeah.
What they do is they sacrifice time in order to get the big name players so that they win. They go World Series or nothing. Yeah. What I see the Red Sox doing is we're setting ourselves up for future World Series to be there consistently, without having to worry about the money that's in our pocket. And I heard trade rumors that we might go after Will Myers from Tampa.
Yeah.
I mean, San Diego. Yeah. My fault. And we might trade Jackie Bradley, and we might get a couple of prospects as well out of that situation, which I wouldn't be mad with. We also got Kevin Pillar who's an awesome platoon and replacement for Brock Holt.
Mhm.
So it's like we lost a lot of pieces this year, but it's gonna be a young and hungry squad
Yeah.
that's gonna want to win. They're
Mhm.
gonna want to prove that, not that Mookie wasn't the team,
Right.
because Mookie definitely demanded the respect, and they give him the respect
Mhm.
that he deserves. But that we can do it without Mookie, and we can try our best to win the division or even a wild card spot and just fight our way through.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about the Red Sox. It's always like, they see us as the underdog to the Yankees, and we fight our way through.
Mhm.
So that's the trade hurt at the moment, but if you look at the bigger picture, it all makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was kind of when I saw it, I was kind of surprised because
Mhm.
I'm thinking, oh, Mookie versus got dealt. So what's the return? I'm seeing Alex Verdugo, and
Mhm.
I'm seeing this Kenta to the Twins, to the
Exactly,
team. So
yeah.
I'm like, it's on paper, it's not even for sure.
Yeah,
But I feel like in the long run, Verdugo's young and he's great potential.
exactly.
So I feel like, yeah, you have a solid foundation for
Mhm.
sure. And that's what I said last show because you have Devers and
Yeah.
Bogarts and still have JD. So
And I don't trades. We've had a big trade with the Dodgers before,
Mhm.
and that turned out to be a World Series type trade
Yep.
when we won in 2013, and we traded all the pieces. Like we traded Adrian Gonzalez, Josh Beckett, traded all those big names with big contracts, and everybody rode the Red Sox out. And then they come back with a better, younger squad.
Yep.
Just hungrier.
Mhm.
If Mookie wanted to chase the money, he absolutely deserves to. He won a ring. He has an MVP. He has Gold Gloves. He's just trying to be the best player he could possibly be,
Yeah.
and now he's going to be getting the money he deserves. He has nothing to prove to anybody else right now, and I don't even know if he's going to stay with the Dodgers long term.
Oh, I don't think so.
Because I don't think they're going to be able to afford him.
Oh, 100%.
And it's just like 103 wins. It's
Yeah.
World Series or bust.
For real.
At this point, I'll cheat if I'm them. So
Nah, I'll steal some signs too.
call up the Astros.
Of course. So, like you touched on, at MLB came up with the top 100 list.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 20 through 11 with me.
Mm-hmm.
So number 20 is Steven Strasburg. It's a given. Great year.
Yes.
So we got Chapman, Springer. I'm gonna jump around a little bit. You got Altuve, Judge,
Mm-hmm.
Scherzer, Acuna, who's my pick to win MVP in the NL this season. That's my pick.
Yeah.
So that's, and then we have the top 10. So top 10, pretty much a surprise to no one really. At least I have a grievance. You probably know what it is already, but I have a grievance. So
Mhm.
number 10 is Francisco Lindor. Cool. I like Lindor. One of my favorite players.
Mhm.
Number 9, Nolan Arenado. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Number 8 is Jacob deGrom.
Yes.
Now, who do you think is above him? They got Garrett Cole.
I know.
Here's my thing.
That was something I looked at too.
Who won the Cy Young?
DeGrom, and DeGrom is more dominant. Like his ERA is insane.
That's what I'm saying.
So
as just my little grievance, with the whole list, I was okay with the whole list.
yeah, that's
Um,
definitely.
I'm like looking back on the list. Maybe I forget who the White Sox player who threw the bat. What's his name? Shortstop.
Yohan Moncada?
No.
Oh.
I know it's killing me right now. Oh man, but you know what I'm talking about. So he was like number 70, and I was like, I don't.
I'll look for it right now.
Yeah, please. Like my brain is like not letting me move on. But yeah, so I was I was kind of confuzzled with that one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I feel like some of these kind of disrespecting him. I really can't remember his name. This is
man,
the worst. Oh, it sucks.
Anderson?
Yes, Anderson.
95.
He was 95?
Yeah.
I thought he was in the 70s.
No, 95.
See, even look at the disrespect. Do you see the disrespect here?
I see it.
It's the worst. Insane. I can't believe this. So yeah, we got Garrett Cole at 7, above DeGrom, whatever. Number 6, we have Anthony Rendon. Any other list, like in the past 2 years, he wouldn't be top 10.
Yeah, not at all.
He'd be like a top 20 for sure.
Exactly.
Maybe top 30, 25. But based on that year, number 5, Alex Bregman. MVP caliber
True.
year.
Exactly.
Cheated.
Respectable.
Number 4,
Mookie Betts.
Number 3, Cody Bellinger, MVP.
Mm-hmm.
2, Yelich, former MVP. And number 1, surprise to no one,
Mike Trout.
the GOAT. Mike Trout.
Yeah.
Get you a ring, man. Chase it. Or at least a title. Or
At least make the playoffs.
Right? Come on, man. Let's get it going. So we spoke about the projections earlier.
Yes.
So projection-wise, we look at the AL. They got
Mhm.
Red Sox in the East third. Yankees supposed to win with 99 wins.
Yeah.
Not surprised. Twins win the Central, 93 wins. Astros, 98. Still gonna win the division over the Angels and Athletics. And I'm terrified because we never get respect. Ever get respect. They're the scum of the earth when it comes to baseball fans, and we're projected to win the East. I'm scared. The Mets supposed to win 88 wins. Supposed to win 88 wins. Yeah,
yes,
that's words. They're supposed to win 88 games, and so I'm scared. So I just like maybe there's too much faith in us. We need to be like the underdog the whole season.
Yeah.
We can't be projected to win.
I don't know. They gave that underdog position to Washington and Atlanta.
Yeah, the champions. Insane.
I know.
Which I get, because I feel like the Nationals didn't get better.
I don't think they got better either.
Juan Soto's going to get better, but...
Most definitely. I feel like the Braves are going to be hungry, though.
100%. After that
Freddie Freeman
display.
said World Series are bust.
Yeah.
So
possibly see Dodgers and Braves in the NLCS. Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe Dodgers and Mets. What?
I don't like Dodgers.
So we look at the Central. It's the Reds division to lose. All those acquisitions they made. I'm liking the Reds, man. I'm really liking the Reds. Like, I think they could make a run in the playoffs if they implement this new format with the 14 teams. But I think Reds are something to watch out, and of course the Dodgers to win the West with 103 and 59 record. Is that has there been a team about more than 100? Right? There's been a team more than 103.
The Red Sox won 108.
108, yeah.
In 2018.
Right.
But no projections like that. Ain't nobody out here making wild, reckless projections
I've seen
like that.
99, 98.
Exactly. The AL Central, I don't know. For some reason, I like the White Sox.
I like the White Sox, too. I do.
They have a young squad.
Real young.
I think they're hungry.
Mm-hmm. All those moves they made showed they were hungry. Keuchel, Grandal.
Obviously, my bias tells me the Red Sox in the East, man.
Mm-hmm. I think Angels win the West.
You think the Angels win the West?
Yeah.
I say the A's. I say the
similar
A's.
records is projected wise, but
for some reason
one of the A's get Angels are athletic. I don't want the Astros to.
I don't know. Something tells me they're just gonna have a bad year.
The Angels?
No, the Astros.
Oh, for sure. All that stuff is gonna weigh them down for sure.
They're just gonna lose on purpose.
All those like memes. It's just like you see Altuve up to bat. He's like, what's the pitch? You're like, I don't know, man. Figure it out.
But also in the West, if I feel like San Diego could have more of an even record. I don't know if they make the playoffs, but I don't like the 79 and 83. Yeah. So I feel like they're gonna be better. Fernando Tatis over there.
Gonna have a full year for Fernando Tatis.
Exactly.
Machado. Hopefully it's a better year.
Machado. Exactly.
Well, not Bryce, but everyone else did.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like
for baseball wise, but like I mean, I don't know, man. It's just weird seeing the Mets up there so high.
Yeah, it is most definitely.
It's very weird. And Pete Alonso spoke about he wants to be on the parade getting drunk, and I was like, yeah, man, but like don't say that too loud because jinx us. But that's gonna wrap it up for baseball wise. Hopefully by next week, this Astros thing clears up a little bit.
Big time.
I'm tired of guessing. I'm tired of it.
Most definitely.
Hence in the NFL. Free agency. It's almost here. Like March 2nd, I believe. Yeah. Right? We got big names. Brady, Rivers. Breeze decides to stay with the Saints. That means Teddy Bridgewater is out of there.
Exactly.
You got Clowney still on the market. So I mean, what do we think? So I think Teddy Bridgewater, right,
Mhm.
balled out for what was it like
Five
five
games.
games,
He went
right?
5-0.
5-0, balled out. Now I'm gonna throw this out there. I'm gonna throw it to the wall, see if
Mhm.
it sticks. I'm gonna get a dart and throw it. That's what I'm gonna do. Hopefully that's okay. I don't think that's. We'll find out. So I'm gonna throw it to the Colts.
See, I like it. I can imagine it, but it was just like I don't know what's going on. Brissett is a free agent or no?
Brissett is not. I don't think so. I don't believe so.
So I don't.
They could. I mean,
They did all right.
They did all right, but I feel like Teddy Bridgewater is experienced enough.
Mhm.
He's more experienced than Brissett, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do get Bridgewater. Hypothetically, do it would be it would be like Brissett will get like probably 3 starts,
Yeah,
and
and then
then Bridgewater, or maybe Bridgewater gets the starts first.
they'll like alternate.
Yeah.
Just
'Cause
or
they're-
see who wins it in I was gonna
Camp.
say spring training.
Yeah.
See who
Training
wins
camp.
it in the preseason. Yeah, training camp.
preseason, Yeah.
I like Bridgewater to the Bucks.
The Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Instead of like, cause they
All right.
Bruce Arians is definitely not happy with
Oh,
Jameis
Who
Winston.
would be?
He's
30
out here
and 30?
balling.
He's balling for the other team and his team at the same time. Who does that?
But I think it would be interesting to see Teddy Bridgewater
Mike Evans.
under center with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. That would be nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
That would be nice. I don't know if there'll be a playoff team, but it would just be a
fun
nice
team.
concept.
Yeah, for sure.
And then if he doesn't do as well, you still got the baller Jameis Winston in the back, or you could just go all out on Bridgewater.
Yeah. I
But
feel like I would take a chance on Bridgewater. I would go all on Bridgewater.
the reason I don't, what's it called? I'm not all in on the Colts with
Mhm.
Teddy is because I was thinking like I could see Phillip Rivers going to the Colts.
Phillip Rivers. That's a great point.
Melvin
Read my
Gordon
mind.
said that he would
We're gonna talk about that.
said that he could see Rivers going to the Colts, and I totally agree. You know, you could he looks good in that
He'll
uniform.
look like Manning.
He-
Just like about like
yeah.
the big forehead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah. So, no, yeah. Let's take the Colts off the wall. Let's just forget that happened. Put Teddy on the Bucks. Put Phillip on the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
About Brady. So if Phil's going to the Colts, you got open spot in LA.
In LA, most definitely.
Brady.
The interest for Brady is high. I just think ultimately he's gonna return
Mm-hmm.
because like they say that he wants to leave because he doesn't want to be stuck to Belichick. You know, he doesn't want his reputation, his legacy to be stuck with Belichick his whole career. But to be totally honest, like Tom Brady is a once in a lifetime type of player.
Yeah.
And I don't know. If I'm in his shoes, I wouldn't leave the Patriots. Like that's my team.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a feeling they'll be able to re-sign him and then get more pieces to help him out.
Right.
And it's sort of like he doesn't need nobody's gonna question that he was linked to Belichick his whole career, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because if he wanted to, he had the ability to leave.
Yeah.
And he would most definitely make any team he went to a contender.
Yeah.
And you could just like you don't even need to see that Belichick is the coach for that because you see on the field Belichick doesn't control what he sees.
Yeah.
Belichick calls the plays and he helps him see the field more.
Yeah.
But they work together and Brady is ultimately the one on the field making the decisions, throwing it to people who would never be stars if they were with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing it to people like Wes Welker, Julian Edelman, then Danny Amendola, Chris Hogan. You got these people now they're heading off to other teams and making lots of money because Brady made them look good.
It's a product of the Patriots and Brady. Yeah.
Hogan, I don't even know where he is. Amendola's on Miami.
I think, right. Yeah.
So he's making these guys look better.
Mm-hmm.
And I think ultimately he'll just resign. But if he doesn't, I think it would be nice for him to go to LA.
Yeah.
The Chargers, he would look good.
And powder blue.
With Melvin Gordon
Mhm.
and
Keenan
Keenan
Allen.
Allen. That would be a nice little thing. They have
Yeah.
a good defense.
Yep.
Derwin James. They have Joey Bosa. That would be sick if
I
he went
heard
there.
I heard a rumor. Don't quote me on
hmm
this. Nick Bosa wants to play with Joey, or Joey wants to play with Nick.
See, brothers just want to play with brothers,
Right,
man, and
right,
we're gonna talk about that with the NBA too.
right,
But
right.
like,
Took the words out of my mouth. Can stop doing that.
I'm sorry, this is the LeBron and Bujan connection,
I already know.
but that would be something else.
That's scary.
And then you get their dad on the field. They dad,
All right,
they
man.
dad, Ock
He can
too.
still play.
But that would be scary.
That's
But talking about Brady, like
terrifying. Yeah.
the Chargers, if he doesn't go to the page, if he doesn't stay with the Patriots,
Mhm.
Chargers, you're the one who brought it up to me, and I totally agree.
Mhm.
Chargers would be someplace as a Patriots fan. If he goes to the Chargers, I respect it.
Yeah.
I would too, because nice weather, great
Right,
team,
right.
good colors.
Yeah.
You know,
Solid. He'll be fine. I think anywhere he goes, he'll be fine.
exactly.
So, XFL. Have you
Mhm.
seen like
I
clips?
saw-
Have you
I-
seen like games? Or?
I saw like 2 games when I was at home
Mhm.
a weekend ago.
Okay. So
And-
I watched the inaugural game. I still don't know how I feel about the XFL.
It's
It's interesting. It's new.
very interesting.
It's like it's refreshing a
Mhm.
little bit, but it's just something about it that I feel like it's not gonna stick.
You don't think it's gonna stick? I have that same feeling, but I like it. I like it for the chance it gives those guys.
Mhm.
I like it for that. People love football
Yeah.
in general. So if you can get football year round,
Yeah.
obviously you're gonna attract the crowd. Those
Mhm.
games were looking packed.
Yeah.
So I like it. And also, like, the rules are something to get used to. The way
Mhm.
they kick it off, the way they
Yeah.
punt it, how they don't have extra point field
Mhm.
goals. They
Yeah.
have what is it?
It's the 2 yard line.
2 yard
is
line for 1 point.
and 5 is 2,
for-
and then 10 is 3.
Exactly. So I like it for the new idea that it brings, for the fact that it's football extended.
Mhm.
It gives those guys a chance. Some of those guys out there are very talented.
Yeah.
And skilled. One of the receivers, I don't know his name, but or the team he was playing for, because I don't know the league yet.
I know like 2 teams.
But he made a phenomenal catch, and it was like on ESPN's top 10. And then you hear him after the game talking, and he had 3 back surgeries and messed up knees.
Yeah.
And so it's like a second chance for some of these
Yeah.
dudes. And he's still out there playing, obviously in
Mhm.
great shape. And then I also think it's good for the NFL as well, because then if this catches fire, if it starts rolling and people start tuning in, they get people more excited for when the NFL comes around, and
Yeah.
NFL ends, they're excited for the XFL
Yeah.
to start.
Works both ways.
And then you take rules from the XFL that you
Implement them
think
in-
might work in the
like, I
NFL.
feel like the kickoff would work in the NFL.
Yeah, exactly. We're tired of like taking a knee,
Mhm.
It's definitely, these kickers got too much leg strength.
Yeah.
They kicking it into the end zone.
Mhm.
You go from commercial break to kickoff to taking the knee,
Mhm.
which is like takes 7 seconds,
Mhm.
and then you go to another commercial break.
It's too much.
So it's definitely more action packed.
Mhm.
That's their goal in the XFL. The scores are a little disoriented. I'm not used to seeing
Yeah.
numbers like that put up.
Mhm.
I don't know if they got a freaking 9-point touchdown play or 8 points, but it's definitely interesting to see. I like the idea it brings forward, and as long as there's a crowd watching it and it's not costing people money, then I think it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I think we got like our first dose of drama though. Did you see like the New York Guardians quarterback?
No, I did not.
So halftime, he's having an awful, disgusting, atrocious game, and then they interview him. I like the interview aspect of the XFL. It's
Mhm.
like you do an interception, I'll come and say, hey, how'd you feel when you threw that? And so at halftime is going to the tunnel and she's like, "Yo, you good, man?" And he goes, "We got to change the whole game plan, the whole entire game plan. I'm done. We suck." And he goes into the tunnel, comes to the tunnel. 3 interceptions later, gets benched. He's not our starting quarterback anymore. So I mean, and then they have him mic'd up, and he's like, "This is the worst game I've ever played. Worst game ever played." And the second string's like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, man. This is the worst game I've ever played. I've been a part of." I was like, "Oh, jeez."
That's
So I mean, of course, welcome to New York, man. That's whatever. So we spoke about this. I don't think you were on the show when this happened, but we spoke about this like in our friend group or whatever. Myles Garrett, Mason Rudolph.
oh yeah,
It keeps going.
it does.
Myles Garrett sticking to the story. It was like he said it in passing. It felt like he was like, "Call me a racial slur. That's why I hit him." Came back with it again. Call me a racial slur. Very, attacking to me. To stand the third. That's why I hit him. Mason Rudolph comes back. He's like, "Hey, that's impossible. I did not. No way. I said that to him. He's a bold-faced lie." Mason Rudolph, his team is taking legal action against Myles Garrett, defamation of character. So, and then, I mean, what do you... I think if he does go to a lawsuit, I don't think anything's going to happen.
I don't think anything's gonna happen either. But I think it's just like, all right,
I gotta let it go.
you do have to let it go. There's the Myles Garrett on Myles Garrett's side. There's no evidence. We can't. Nobody, no other players said they heard it.
Exactly.
You don't have a mic on Rudolph.
Mm-hmm.
He. It's not the first time you got called a racial slur. That's
right.
And if I'm wrong, anybody could tell me that, but I'm pretty sure he's, however old he is, in his 20s.
Especially in the NFL, second season, third season?
Exactly.
Been called something.
And then playing college football, high school football, it doesn't matter. You get called names and it's part of the sport. So if it's a matter of, I mean, Rudolph isn't the toughest looking dude in the NFL. He's probably one of the doofiest ones. And so to be called a name by him, you want to take your anger and aggression and your pride and slam him over the head with a helmet. That just looks bad on you.
Yeah.
So he called you a name. It's a matter of sticks and stones break my bones, but words will never hurt.
Yeah.
You let the words dictate that you're going to hit somebody with a helmet. You let him feel something physically.
And actions speak louder than words.
Exactly. So
they're all gonna remember the helmet. They're not that racial slur is an afterthought. Once they see the video, it's like, yeah, you're the guy who hit Mason Rudolph.
See, his punishment doesn't suit Rudolph's crime if it is true. And then on Rudolph's side, I get that he feels attacked and that he feels as though Garrett is trying to ruin his career.
Yeah.
But it's just like, lawsuit and action like that's unwanted media. You allow the media outlets to cover your lawsuit and all your claims and this and that, and then it goes into who said what, and he hit you most likely because you said it, but now you're suing him for this and you want more money, and it's unwanted media attention. They're gonna spin it however they want to. And ultimately, like, it can ruin his career. But I wouldn't have taken, like, I wouldn't have sued or anything. Because a lawsuit just pushes it even further, and it can ruin your career even more than somebody making a statement that is a bald-faced lie. So it's over with. I'm tired of hearing it.
Yeah, at this point, it's just like, it's just repetitive.
Yeah, it was fun for the memes, getting hit in the head with a helmet.
Sure.
He took it like a trooper too. He should have just
got right back up, didn't he?
He took it and then he said, "Yeah, I saw that.
Did you just see what he just did to me?" Yeah. So I mean, Mason Rudolph, Myles Garrett, get together.
Yeah,
tired of y'all. So to close this off, the NFL segment, I want to talk about this. So we remember Eli Manning draft night.
Yeah.
Goes to San Diego. Doesn't want to be in San Diego. Gets straight to the Giants. Could Joe Burrow do the same thing to Cincinnati?
The thing is, where would Burrow go?
I have no idea. Probably like anywhere but Cincinnati.
I mean, they have AJ Green and Joe
Right.
Mixon.
Mm-hmm. And they got Ross. They still have Ross.
They
right?
still have Ross. He has a lot of injuries, but
Mhm.
I don't know.
It's interesting to think
It's
about.
it is
Yeah.
interesting to think about.
Because if he does, it depends on what team would you go to. I would
It'll be our hot topic for the next show.
Oh, for
for the
sure.
show after the
for the
draft.
show after the draft. So I feel like I saw this meme and it was just like someone spoke about this and it was like, wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots try to trade for Joe Burrow.
See,
So if Tom Brady does go to LA,
Depart?
if he does
Mhm.
depart, right? Let's say depart. We'll call it the departure. Tom Brady departs from Boston. Joe Burrow gets drafted to Cincinnati. Is like, nah, I want to be here. And then got Belichick on the phone and just like, hey man, I'll give you this, this, and this. Give me Joe Burrow.
that would be nice.
Yeah.
Sets us up for the future. I'd rather have Brady's last 3 years than Burrow's first 3, but
Right.
you
For
know, got to take the hit.
Mm-hmm. But it's a pretty good hit though.
It is a really good hit,
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll see. It is interesting to think about.
So hopefully we have some interesting draft night stories because, like, a part of me doesn't want this to happen, but a part of me is like, yo, it should.
It
Because
should.
like Cincinnati doesn't deserve Joe Burrow at all. We're gonna get right into the NBA. Right into it.
Here we go.
We spoke about the brother thing. I want to get right into that. So you spoke about how brothers like to play with each other. Giannis Antetokounmpo said this, and I quote: "LA or Milwaukee does not matter. I want to play with my brothers." What if? Hear me out. Giannis goes to LA after LeBron leaves, though.
That would be wild. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Okay.
Stay in Milwaukee.
Okay, so what if his brothers follow him to Milwaukee? Like all of them.
like-
even the point guard in high school when he finishes college.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, his other brothers aren't making as much noise. It's only him and the one in high school.
Yeah.
And even at
point
that-
guard. He's like 6'9", 10 point guard.
Yeah. Even at that, you don't know how good he's gonna be when he gets to the NBA. I'm assuming he's gonna be pretty good. He got the
Yeah.
Antetokounmpo blood, so
Oh my God.
so I mean, all right, Milwaukee or LA. The only ones I'm feeling bad for is whoever's making the jersey, because you got to do that 3 times
God,
over.
It's the worst. That should
And-
be the worst. I'll just buy a Giannis jersey and just scrape off the number.
See, my thing is, as a player, because Giannis is the guy who says, like, he wins MVP and then he's like, no, it's not enough during his speech and all that.
Mhm.
You got to stick to that, your persona. You definitely have to. Milwaukee's, that's your town.
Mhm. It definitely puts a different light on him that, like, aside, like, we usually see with LeBron, like, he's there, like, they talk to him first,
Yeah.
So it kind of puts, like, in perspective, is like, they're probably talking to Giannis too. But that's, like, I feel like every star player of a team. But, like, for a player like Giannis's caliber, they want to keep him for as long as they can.
Exactly.
And free agency
And I
coming
don't
up,
think they would mind.
another Antetokounmpo.
Exactly.
They only have 2 of them. Giannis and his brother Thanasis.
Yeah, I think so.
These names are. I like how it's like Thanasis, Giannis, Kostas, and then Alex.
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 Alex is the most regular one.
He's the most rarely.
Hey,
one.
they have 2 out of the 3.
Yeah, in the league already. Yeah.
No, they have 2 out of the 3 on Milwaukee.
Yes. Yeah. And the other ones.
All they need is Costas, man. So he's the one who's ruining things.
He's messing up.
But like, Milwaukee's your team. You can't leave Milwaukee.
Yeah.
You're the one who's over here. I got MVP, but it's not enough.
Mm-hmm. Crying and stuff.
Exactly. Your team has the best record in the NBA right now. You're carrying them. You're doing good, man. Don't.
Yeah.
Especially LA.
He shouldn't have said that.
As a Celtics fan, yeah, I hate LA, but just as a basketball fan in general, and putting myself in another player's shoes, especially of that caliber, top 10 players in the NBA, like, if I know I have the if I know I can affect any organization I go to the point that I make them an automatic NBA championship contender,
Right.
I want to make my name where my name will be the only
The
name
only
in the
one.
Raptors,
Yeah.
like shining.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Kawhi did in Toronto.
Yeah.
He went to the Raptors, and his name's gonna be in the rafters.
100%.
And it's
Yeah, you can go to LA and be next to like Magic, Shaq, Kobe.
yeah. LA's rich in history. Don't
Yeah.
go to LA. Don't go to Boston.
It's just, Milwaukee's like the place to be.
Milwaukee's the place to be.
It's gonna be you, Kareem,
Exactly. Oscar Robertson.
That's it.
So that's the place to be. You don't. The problem with LA is not only are they the Los Angeles Lakers, but they've been the Showtime element that they've always been Showtime.
Yeah.
They went from Jerry West, Elgin Baylor,
Mm.
then they had Magic and Kareem,
Kobe,
then they
Shaq.
had Kobe, Shaq, then just Kobe still
Yeah.
balling out.
Now it's like LeBron and AD.
LeBron and AD, and then you're gonna want to be next in line.
Yeah.
Make your name somewhere else.
Yeah.
Change the culture real quick.
Change the culture for sure. We can get into the rumor mill. Andre Drummond
Mm-hmm.
goes on record, says the situation in Cleveland's worse than Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
He's told multiple teammates in the locker room, and so this brings up that I didn't see him in Cleveland for the long run at all. So
not at all.
Drummond could be dealt on draft night, which makes the most sense to me.
It does.
So
I saw you put that in the notes, and I absolutely agree.
right,
He's
so,
even seeing the trade happen. Like
Mhm.
he should not be in Cleveland.
right.
Nobody should be in Cleveland
He
right
looks-
now.
He looks so weird in the jersey.
He's just.
I don't.
If I were him, I'd go as far as to sit out the rest of the season. I'd pull an AD because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's like I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah, and he's a free agent, and he's gonna be a free agent anyway.
Yeah,
so-
he's gonna be a free agent after
After-
next season, right?
No, this season.
I thought he had 2 more years left, like this year or next year.
I think it's this year. He plays the remainder of the season because of I think unrestricted free agent. That's why they dealt him to the Cleveland.
Mm.
So if they trade him on draft night, and then just he'll, I guess depends on what team they trade him to.
Yeah, I don't know. He's definitely one of the best rebounders in the league,
Oh yeah,
and
20
one of the
rebounds
best
easily.
big men in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a plethora of places for him to go. It's at that point, if I'm Andre, if I'm Drummond, I'm not searching for the money no more. If it's about situation and fit,
Yeah.
obviously he cares more about a team than money. So you go for the team that's gonna help you win or that you're gonna help win, and you go for the best fit for you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I do if I'm him. I don't know where he could be dealt because he has a big contract.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
But he would look good in Celtic green.
Oh man.
But I mean, I wouldn't push it.
Right.
So Celtics doing good.
Yeah.
Man.
But according
have
to
faith.
our mutual friend Javier, Drummond is the worst possible center to be a Celtic because he can't hold Joel Embiid.
That's dumb.
Who cares?
Yeah, I know.
Oh jeez, breaking the table. So I was gonna get your All-Star game reaction. Let's go. Let's start Saturday night, right? Saturday night 3-point contest. Did you see Trae Young stink up the joint? Did you see him stink up Chicago?
No, I heard.
It was bad.
I
He
heard.
put up 15 in the first round. I think he airballed like 1-3. And they were like, oh, Trae's going to win because of the Mountain Dew shot. It's like feet back from 3-point line.
Uh-huh.
His range. Oh, Trae range, break. Every single one, break. So Trae Young disappointed me. My pick to win, absolute garbage. Devin Booker showed out, baller. But at the end of the day, Buddy Hield, 3-point champion. 3-point champion. That's what they call him, right? So, I mean, Buddy, he deserves it.
He definitely deserves
Yeah.
it. Buddy Hield's always been a knockdown shooter, especially from 3. So it's always the ones, wasn't it? It was Joe Harris last year?
Joe Harris. Yeah, Joe Harris was last. Like, he didn't make it past the first round.
Man, it's always, it's always those guys that work on the 3-pointer.
Yeah.
He's strictly 3-point line.
Mm-hmm.
He's open in the paint, just three
Dribble,
step
dribble it
backs
out.
to the 3-point line,
Yeah.
shoots it.
He goes cut baseline. Is
But
like I got a layup, but I'm gonna go to the corner.
I like Buddy Hield.
Yeah, I like his game.
Deserves to win it. I mean, Trey Young had fun in the
All-Star game.
All-Star game and the
Yeah.
game before
All the Rising Stars.
the Rising Stars.
Yeah.
So yeah, he don't need all the shine.
Yeah.
Ice Trey got his own thing going
For
on.
real. Yeah. I'm gonna go to the infamous dunk contest.
Dunk contest.
Aaron Gordon was robbed, Dennis. Aaron Gordon was robbed. He was robbed. Derrick Jones should have won. He had the same between the legs dunk every time.
Yeah.
Granted, he jumped over somebody. That was real cool. But when Aaron Gordon took the ball,
Yeah,
cuffed
that
it
was
this way,
was
You
nice.
see him spin like this?
That's
You
been
see him
crazy.
spin like that?
Yeah,
I'm trying
be
to
careful with the
I'm trying to hit
wire.
the wire.
Yeah,
But you saw that? So my thing is, how do you? He jumped over Taco, man. He's
That
7'5".
was
Even if you
crazy.
count him hitting his hand, right? That's 7'2". Let's say he jumped over 7'2".
yeah, and I didn't like Jones's windmill from the free throw line. It was more like from the
the
what's that
restricted
called?
area.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, I totally agree. He got robbed twice.
Twice.
He should have. Shoot. See, the thing is, I say he beat Levine
Mm-hmm.
during that dunk contest, but then this time, if Levine would have, if you took Levine and Jones and you switched them versus the same Aaron Gordon in each year, so obviously Gordon won hands down before.
Yeah.
But I say if Levine was in the contest this year, he would beat Gordon. I don't know. I wasn't too happy, too pleased with the dunks. There's a lot of repetition.
Mm-hmm.
I love the 360. That joint is crazy.
That was insane.
Insane. The dunk over Taco, very impressive.
Yeah, I wasn't like I knew he could jump, but you don't know how high he can jump.
Very
until he jumps over
impressive.
somebody.
But the thing is, like, super impressive for him to jump over Taco.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't look as perfect as you would think, you know,
for sure.
because it deserved a perfect score too.
Mm-hmm.
It was perfect in all stages, but you know, you got to think, all right, jumping over Taco, that's big in itself, literally.
Yeah.
And then it was a clean dunk too.
Yeah, it was clean.
I just didn't like the way it looked.
Yeah.
The one where he jumped over the mascot and put it under his legs,
Yeah.
that was insane.
That was-
And that's how you know he could jump, because he was sitting on air.
He was sitting down.
So with the Taco one, you gotta think it out, and he
Mm-hmm.
did the best possible dunk he could possibly do,
Yeah.
because you're not gonna between the legs over Taco.
For
You're
sure,
gonna end
yeah.
up face palming his face. So you have to jump over him, grab it, and then bring it back up.
Yeah.
And that's super impressive. I just didn't like the way it looked, but it deserved a perfect score.
Mhm.
So I
Did
think
you,
he was upset.
Did you hear the judging decision? Like why he didn't get a perfect score?
No.
So they wanted it to be a tie.
Mm.
So Jones got a 48, and they were like, let's give Gordon a 48 too, and we'll just, have a tie.
Mm.
Someone didn't put a 10. They got the arithmetic wrong. So that's why I got a 47. And everyone's coming for Dwayne Wade, but Dwayne Wade traded out. Another one put a 9. Scottie Pippen, Chadwick Boseman, which I don't even know why he was there.
I don't know why Chadwick Boseman was there
And
either.
Dwayne Wade. You saw how sad he looked. He was like Black Panther. He was just like, I'm Black Panther. I hate it here.
I didn't like the judges either. It should be different.
Like past, it should be dunk contest.
Exactly.
Like Neek was in the building. Should have Dominique.
Exactly.
I mean, I guess you can have Dwayne Wade. I like, but
I
sure.
don't
Dr. J was there.
Dr.
You can have
J.
J.
They had Dr. J before too.
Yeah. So I mean, you can have like 3 more dunkers. Like, come on, you could. Nate Robinson dunked it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
they're also be judging like the random like slam dunk contest. I'd be like, what? Like, I don't get it. So as we start to wrap up a little bit here, I just want to talk about who's gonna win the chip as we get into after the All-Star break. No NBA till Thursday, Thursday, around there.
Yeah.
Right. So, we got All-Star break changes the team players sometimes. So, Who do you as of right now? Say it. Who you got winning the chip?
Boston Celtics. Really?
Are we sure?
Man,
Winning the chip?
You saw the way they handled the Clippers?
It took 2 overtimes though.
That was better than the All-Star game.
I don't know about that.
It was Tatum against Kawhi. All right. Who's winning the chip? Who's gonna win? Shoot, the Raptors are making a run for it again. They are going off.
Yeah.
I can't tell you who's gonna win the chip, because we're so far away.
Yeah.
So my bias says the Celtics,
Right.
but I like the look of. I'm not saying either LA team. If it's not the Celtics, Bucks. I'll say the Bucks.
Okay.
But if I'd rather talk about how we're gonna see Luka Doncic in the playoffs. Hopefully, Ja Morant.
Yo, I don't know. Memphis might not hold on to that for too long. Pelicans trying. They trying.
They are trying.
They're like what 3, 4?
Yeah. There are too many good teams
in the West.
Yeah. Too many. The Thunder are showing out. Yeah. CP3. I like to.
CP3 wild out, especially in the All-Star game. They give him a pink diamond on 2K, man.
Exactly. State Farm. That's why
State Farm.
He got his whole game insured.
Right.
So
for sure. Man. Yeah. But I think I can't define who gonna win the chip. But I got either. I think with Reggie, they just require Reggie Jackson from a buyout from Detroit.
Oh, Clippers.
So, yeah, that depth is gonna be crazy off the bench. Yeah. So I think in the long run, in a 7-game series, I think Clippers win the chip.
That's a solid pick. Yeah, I'm just hoping for the Bucks or the Celtics.
Yeah, Giannis deserves it.
Giannis definitely deserves it, but I don't think it's gonna happen though.
Right.
I'm rooting for the Celtics all the way.
Spin back around because I wrapped up the wire.
Yeah, you did. There we go.
Right.
Yeah, it's good now.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
So, I think with that wraps up LeBron and Bujan season 2, episode 2.
Exactly.
Thank you guys for tuning in. I mean, what a show. That was a pretty good show.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
Good. Hopefully we get some Astro clearing up.
I thought you were going to say some water because I need it.
Oh, I need it too. I'm parched. We will get rushed to upstairs to get water for sure. Hopefully Andre Drummond doesn't cry in the locker room anymore.
Yeah, word.
I mean, I'm just trying to sum up hopefully Brady goes somewhere.
Returns asterisk, so I could correct you on that one.
He will depart. He's going to depart.
He's returning.
He's going to City of Love.
Oh, my phone just went off. MLB updated the projections. The Mets are dead last. 162.
Oh, whoa. Wait a minute. 162. That's disrespectful. Oh, look. I'll show you the odds. They just tried to rough up Devers. All right.
Oh, man. Yeah, okay.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you again next Wednesday.
Appreciate y'all. Much love.